welcome back to my channel. So today I am back doing another makeup look, and if you can't already tell, I'm wearing my baby pink choker, and I'm going to be featuring the, Stila Magnificent Metals liquid eyeshadow in Ballet Baby, which I've talked about a few times on my channel, and I've gotten a lot of requests to do a makeup look on it, so that's what I'm doing today. Very pink, very girly. I don't really have a specific look in mind, but I know I want to use that eyeshadow. Let me grab it for you. So it's like a really light iridescent pink color. So this is definitely the star of the show, and I'm just going to kind of go with it and make sure this gets a big feature in this look. So if you want to see what this look ends up looking like, then just keep watching, and I hope you guys enjoy. Hey guys, so the first step is I'm going to use this Smashbox Photo Finish Hydrating Primer and apply this all over my face because my face is feeling a little bit dry today. So this would just kind of boost my foundation appearance and make my skin look a lot more healthy. Then taking my favorite baby skin primer, and this is more for pore filling. And as you can see here, I'm really pressing it into my skin to fill in those pores and give my face a nice finish before I apply my foundation on top. Now taking my Mirabella foundation and my Born This Way foundation, and I'm mixing these together because the Mirabella, I love the finish of it. It gets a really hydrating, but it was a little bit too light at the time, so I mixed in some of my Too Faced foundation to kind of make the perfect shade for myself. It still ended up being a little bit too light, but I went in with bronzer and stuff like that, and it all ends up pulling together in the end. So here, again, I'm just blending this out with my Beauty Blender. You've seen this a million times before. But the most important thing is to remember to pounce it into your skin and never rub. You always want to be bouncing and pushing the product in instead of smearing it around and just kind of making a mess. Now taking this little brush from Sigma and just applying my excess foundation to my eyelids. Because of my eyelash extensions now, I have to be a little bit more careful applying my makeup. So instead of using my sponge, I just use that brush. Applying my hair back and taking a sip of my Starbucks because it was bothering me. And now I'm taking my favorite Tarte Shape Tape in a few colors. I'm taking it in light under my eyes and forehead, chin, and Cupid's bow, and then taking a lighter shade and applying that over top of under my eyes, just so that's super bright. And again, just blending this out with my Beauty Blender again. Here is really important to press in, especially with the concealer because it is a little bit thicker. Now taking my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, pouring this into the cap, kind of spilling it everywhere. And today I did the baking method, and I want to love this powder, but I just don't. This is the third or fourth time I've used this, and I just do not like how it ends up making my skin look. I feel like it makes my skin look dull and blah, blah, blah. But I fixed it later with some setting spray. But for the future, I love my Coty Airspun from Walmart. It's like $6. Definitely highly recommend that over the Laura Mercier powder. Anyways, onto my brows. You know the drill with this. I've been using this for years. Anastasia Brow Wiz in medium brown, just filling in the tail and the front of my brows. And then I'm brushing them out with the spoolie on the other side, which is honestly the most important part to really blend out that product so they don't look too harsh. And then, of course, setting them with the clear brow gel to make sure they last and stay put all day. Next, I'm just taking this big fluffy brush from Sigma and dusting away that excess powder from our baking earlier. Now taking my favorite palette right now. If you haven't seen my first impressions, I'll link that down below. But I'm just applying this plain vanilla shade all over my lid just to kind of set down that concealer that we put earlier. Now taking this fluffy brush and a neutral shade, kind of in a pinky tone, I'm applying this to my crease, really all over the lid, just really blowing this out and packing this on. I'm just intensifying this over and over again. You can see me adding more and more color, really making sure this is our color that's super blown out because it is our first transition shade. Now taking this Buxom eyeshadow in Feather Boa, it's a very pretty pink color, which is really going to coordinate with the Magnificent Metal eyeshadow that we're going to be using later. I'm applying this to my crease as well, just to kind of add in those pink tones. And then I'm taking this flat shader brush and really packing on that shadow all over my lid to give my whole lid a very clean pink base and before we apply the Stila eyeshadow, just so it pops a little bit better and it will blend in with our eye instead of just applying the shadow by itself. So you can see here, I'm really packing that on. Now taking this more gray, cooler tone eyeshadow and starting this on my outer corner, really adding up and intensifying the outer corner to add some depth to my eye. Starting with a lighter shade, and then I go back in with a darker, cooler gray and apply that to my outer corner as well. Here, you can see that's a darker gray, and applying this there too, kind of blending it into the other shadows. You can see this is very pinky, but I also added those cooler tones into it so it really matches the silvery look that liquid eye. Star of the show, Ballet Baby from Stila. This is an Ulta exclusive, so you can only get it in stores online on Ulta. I'm applying this all over my inner lid, so starting center lid and then bringing it all the way into the inner corner. This color is a more sheer version because it is that light baby pink. It's not one of their darker shades, so that's why applying that one pink feather boa color before really helped out. So here I'm just applying this to my other eye. This is so easy to do, guys. It's insane. It looks like you put so much work and it's just a liquid eyeshadow. And it is very wet, so you kind of have to let your eyes dry being closed a little bit before you want to open them so it doesn't get everywhere. And now I'm taking this pink glitter that I buy from Amazon and applying this on top while that shadow was still kind of wet so it acts as a glue. This is just to intensify the pink color and add even more sparkle, just being extra. I thought, why not? So I'm packing this over that Magnificent Metal shadow. Sweep away all that excess glitter. Here I just have a empty spoolie and just brushing out my lash extensions because they can tend to get pretty crazy when I'm doing my makeup. Now taking the Anastasia contour kit, taking that middle shade, the gray tone one, and I'm going to be contouring like usual under my cheekbones. I kind of did a pretty intense contour today because the eyes were so light and pretty. I wanted to do a little more intense contouring on the cheeks. And then I bring it up to the hairline, on the temples, on the forehead. I do a little bit down the sides of my nose. Now taking this 10 color palette from BH Cosmetics, I'm mixing that bright baby pink color with the more neutral color in the other corner just to kind of make it a little less intense. Applying this to the apples of my cheeks, and of course I always blend my blush into my contour to really blend in the whole cheek together. I also love applying blush to my nose and chin. Now taking the Make It Last by Milani makeup setting spray and just showering in this because, like I said, the Laura Mercier powder was super powdery, so this is really going to help our powders look a little bit more natural. Here taking a rose water spray as well and showering in that. Now taking my Carli Bybel palette from BH Cosmetics, taking that really pretty pink highlighter shade and applying this to my cheekbones and nose. I thought this was very relevant for the look and I'm happy I had this. Definitely go check it out. I hope it's still available. It's so cheap and such a beautiful palette, and of course it's created by Carli Bybel, so why wouldn't you want to buy this? Now taking that gray color again and I'm smearing this on my lower lash line with the flat definer brush from Sigma. So this was a little more intense than I wanted, so I really tried blending out that lower lash line, and then you'll see in a second I take my pinky fingers and just kind of run over it just to take off that excess product. Now taking my favorite liquid liner from Stila and just lining my eyes, pretty basic. You can do a wing if you want. I'm not into big wings very often, so I just line my eyes as normal and try to keep it as thin as possible, but of course it always gets a little bit thicker than you want. And here I'm trying to look at my eye look as I take a sip from my Starbucks and realize all my soy milk is at the bottom of the cup. So trying to stir that up. Now taking my Nivea lip balm, and this is my biggest tip for when you get foundation all over your lips. I apply a thick lip balm and then I wipe it away with my finger so my lips still feel hydrated but all that excess foundation comes off. Here I'm testing a few colors. Those didn't work. So I ended up using the Anastasia liquid lipstick in Pure Hollywood. It's a very light pinky nude, but so neutral, and I thought it toned with the eyes super well. So I'm applying this to my lips. I didn't use a lip liner because I did just want this pure color. And again, just checking it out, making sure it's okay. Here I have the new mascara from L'Oreal, the Lash Paradise, that's been all over the internet. Very comparable to Better Than Sex by Too Faced. I'm just applying this to my lower lash line because I can't apply it with my lash extensions. And I'll tell you, I think I'm already in love. I can't wait to use this on my natural lashes once my extensions are off. Here you can see how lengthening they are. Now I'm taking this small little brush and taking that same highlight shade, that light pink from the Carli Bybel palette, and applying this to my inner corners just to open up my eyes a little bit more and blend the lower lash line to the top lash line. Now taking my Urban Decay All Nighter, showering in this, of course, and fanning off myself. Taking the Carli Bybel palette once again and applying this to my collarbones and shoulders. I love doing this when my décolleté is exposed. I think this final step really just pulls the whole look together. So this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was a lot easier than I thought. I just did some smoky, cooler but neutral tones in the crease, added that matte pink all over my lid just to make my lid pop a little bit more before I added the Stila Magnificent Metals, and then I added some extra glitter on top just for fun, and this really turned out really pretty. I think it looks more like pretty princessy, very pinky, very girly look, and this choker just goes so well with the eye look, and this lip color is beautiful. It's so neutral but like still a pink tone to it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and make sure to follow my Instagram, Emily Jean Beauty. I post pictures on there all the time. And also, if you ever have any deeper questions or want to talk about something a little bit more for collabs or anything like that, email me at emilyfonvillebeauty@gmail.com, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.